Good afternoon, everyone. It's 1 p.m. here in Jerusalem. I'm with a prominent rabbi and spiritual leader in Jerusalem, Rabbi Uri Sherki, of the Brit Olam organization. He has many thousands of followers here in Israel. He's a leading rabbi, intellectual, and I would like to talk to him about the spiritual battle that Israel is having against these forces of evil conducting a war against us, since we think it's important to discuss the spiritual battle and not only the military battle. So, Tanun Rabbi Sherki?
Yes, very glad to see you and all your
Viewers.
viewers in India.
Yes, so my first question is, many Israelis now are in a state of, I would say, shock or mourning for the horrific losses of the events of October 7th. Many have been drafted. What spiritual guidance are you giving to your followers these days?
Yes, I would like to begin with thanking your Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, who was the first one to support Israel against the barbaric attack that we suffered. Our followers are also shocked, and what I tell them that we are in a historical event. We are making history by our struggle and our battles. It is not a usual war. It is a war that concerns all mankind and every human moral being on earth.
So I understand that many of your students have been drafted.
Absolutely. They are in the army, including parts of my family, my sons, my son-in-law, his wife, my daughter, is from Sderot and was bombed directly from Gaza Strip, and they saw all the terrible acts, and we are directly concerned. Not only me, but even anyone in Israel has some family in the region of Gaza or in the army, and everyone is concerned.
So what do you tell your students who are now soldiers?
Yes, I tell them that we are in front of unusual violence, because what we know is or barbaric violence or organized violence. But in these events, there was the twice. It was also barbaric and fully organized. And we knew such a conjunction of the two kinds of violence only with the Nazi phenomenon. And for us Jews who were attacked by Nazi regime, it is very significant, and it recalls us a lot of dramatic events from the 20th century.
So many people, again, are pondering this, what President of the United States, Joe Biden, called pure and unadulterated evil, a unique kind of evil that we don't usually see. How do you explain this phenomenon?
This phenomenon is moved by an ideology, a terrible distortion of Islamic views. There is a possibility of interpretation of Islam as a call to eradicate every kafir. The kuffar are considered that they do not have the right to live, and these warriors accept that they will get in paradise if they kill as most as possible Jews, and even if they are killed in the war. I know that it is not the position of most of Muslims in the world, and especially I believe that in India, Muslims do not adhere to such an ideology, violent ideology, which is against any moral value. And we know that you can even use religion as a way to validate any form of violence. We know that violence is not the will of God, and the way to repair such phenomenon is to remember that every man on earth is created in the image of God. We have only one Father to all of us, and if we will remember this, I can hope that peace will be the norm of behavior in all mankind.
Do you think there is a particular role for religious leadership, Jewish leadership, Muslim leadership, or any other Hindu or any other religion?
Absolutely. Leaders have to make examinations of the roots of their faith, and they have to reform any component of their believing that may lead to such behaviors and such atrocities. And we, the Jewish people, have been the first in the civilization to teach by the way of our prophets that there will come a day in which war will be eradicated from mankind, that war will not be learned in any place. And we are very satisfied. I was in India a few months ago. I was very satisfied to see that there is an entire society who do not want to hear about violence, who do not practice violence.
Yes, so that is a messianic dream, but right now we are beginning a war. So how do you, as a religious leader, tell people to deal with war?
Yes, I would like to recall an episode of the Bible. There, in the beginning of humanity, there was two brothers, Abel and Cain, and Abel was killed by Cain. He was because he did not understand that when your adverse speaks with the discourse of your own values, you must know that he lies. And Cain used of the
conflict? What?
תמימות.
The innocence.
Innocence of Abel, and he called him my brother. And Abel believed him. And we must know that when we are in front of a barbaric enemy, do not believe him. You must make everything that is necessary to eradicate any intention of killing, of raping, slaughtering, mutilating. We must be strong. We must understand that we are not in front of a usual enemy. We are in front of similar as Daesh and as
ISIS. Yes, ISIS.
Yes, they are assassins. We must know that it is our role as a moral beacon for humanity to teach what is the real way of dominating the evil.
So, any last words you would like to say to guidance for Israel or for our viewers in India?
Yes, we must know that we are in a crucial epoch. We live the accomplishment of the prophecies of our ancestors who told us that there will come a time in which the Jewish people will come back to his land, and by in this epoch we will be confronted. We will be in front of bad intentions, but it is our role to be a moral beacon, light for the nations and to participate with any good intentioned person in earth to bring the victory of the good against the bad and against evil.
Thank you very much, Rabbi Sherki. This is Yeshaya Rosenman, Republic Digital, Jerusalem, Israel.